gotten a lot of heat for my hatred of Pokemon Sword and Shield, even though I never played the games, is that I hate the fact that they cut the decks and then they add, basically a lot of my hatred for the Pokemon Sword and Shield Pokemon, the Gen 8 Pokemon, is simply down to the National Dex controversy. I did not like the fact that they cut the decks in the game as well. I did not like the fact that they, cut a lot of Pokemon I really love from the game. So yes, my most unpopular Pokemon opinion, besides hating Jigglypuff and not wanting Jigglypuff in Smash Bros. Well, that's really a Smash Bros. Opinion, not a Pokemon opinion. And because most of my hatred for Jigglypuff comes from Super Smash Bros. Jigglypuff simply being in the game over much more important Pokemon like Grovyle. But I think the biggest one is probably my hatred, and still my hatred for Gen 8 and Gen 8 Pokemon. It has kind of died down over the years, but definitely when the game came out, I hated the hat Pokemon. I hated Alakrebi. I hated, the new Fox. I also didn't like the new Fox Pokemon. I didn't like anything about Pokemon Sword and Shield. I didn't care for the starters because I associated them just, oh my god, Sword Shield sucks because I hate the dex cut. I never bought Sword Shield, yes. Unlike most of these PokeTubers, I have still never bought Pokemon Sword Shield. I did buy Pokemon, I think it was Pokemon Scarlet version, but of course, that was after the dust has settled about Pokemon Sword and Shield. That was after the dust has settled about those two games. Okay? But either way, Pokemon Scarlet already had its fair share of problems. Okay? That are already pretty bad. Okay? As well. But Pokemon Sword and Shield upset me so much that I decided to skip out on the next couple of Pokemon entries. I also didn't buy Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but I don't think many people bought that game. I think some people bought it for nostalgia purposes, but Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee didn't really sell all too well compared to other Pokemon games. Pokemon Downpour remakes, well, they were disappointing. And Legends Arceus, I still have not bought that game either. I heard that game is really great, but I have not played it. I have no opinion on it. So yeah. But Pokemon Sword and Shield definitely is this Pokemon opinion because a lot of people actually like Pokemon Sword and Shield. A lot of PokeTubers actually love Pokemon Sword and Shield. Love the DLC. Okay. I even made fun of the DLC calling the Crown Tundra the Crown Tundra. Like, bonk bonk, I called the Isle of Armor the Isle of Crap, I think. Criticizing both DLCs. Criticizing Calyrex's design, which I think no people, I don't know, I think maybe people like Calyrex's design all too much, but it's a Pokemon design that really had this grown on people over time. But either way, a lot of my most hated Pokemon come from Galar region. A lot of my most hated opinions still come from that region. Maybe one day I should say, you know what, fuck it, I'll give Pokemon Sword and Shield a chance. And that's it about this video here. And it's not my only opinion that'll get me like this, obviously. My opinion on the new Spider-Verse movie, if I really want to make people angry over this video. And of course, my infamous opinion on not liking The Incredibles, which I wasn't like the controversial opinion. I just don't like the movie. Okay, I'm not a controversial person for stating this opinion, even though the reason why it's considered controversial, because 90% of people in the world love The Incredibles. Obviously, they think it's a great masterpiece of a movie. They only like 10% of people really have a negative opinion on The Incredibles. That is even backed by polls. The new Spider-Verse movie at least had a more diverse opinions, where only 80% of people liked the movie. But really, it was still like 10% of people dislike the movie. So it was still an extreme minority of people. I bet it's probably the same thing for like Jurassic Park, the original Star Wars trilogy. Most people, it's a popular opinion to like Star Wars or Jurassic Park or The Incredibles or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It's a very, very, very it's popular opinion to actively dislike the movie. I just thought Spider-Verse was an okay movie. I didn't think it was anything special or anything groundbreaking. I didn't really dislike the movie, Spider-Verse, but a lot of people got angry the fact that I called the movie disappointing. The fact that I called Spider-Verse a disappointing movie. But yeah, those are two other similar opinions that have got to me like this as well. Well, I simply just don't like The Incredibles. It's not. I don't dislike Incredibles as much as I dislike Turning Red. Okay, Turning Red is a far worse movie than Incredibles rules. But most people thought the movie was mediocre. I think it's the same thing with Elemental. Okay, really Pixar's been producing just mediocre movies, mediocrity over the years. Okay, but yeah, I know the popular opinion on Elemental has definitely sifted over the past couple of months. But I still think a lot of people think the movie's like okay or okay at best, which is not the standard that Pixar is used to having. That's like a DreamWorks standard. But I think Elemental will be beloved by a lot of people in the future. So even though the movie is like okay at best for many people. But yeah, that's about this video here. So yeah, this is my that's my worst Pokemon opinion. That's think besides the whole thing of Jigglypuff, I think my whole hate for the Generation 8 and Galar simply over the natural decks. Like that it was one of the few times I really got pissed over something, or I really got angry over something that happened in a fictional game. Okay? I think the only other time that a game really pissed me off was when I was so selfish over, popular quests characters being Smash Bros. That I legit got angry because King K. Rool got it in Smash Bros. But I think other than that, I was a teenager at the time, and teenagers are prone to be getting angry over stupid and dumb opinions. Okay, of course, I obviously changed my opinion very quickly on King K. Rool as well before and realized, hey, maybe Smash fans do deserve to have some of the most requested characters added to the game as well. Okay, maybe they do deserve to have some bones thrown to them, and not just a bunch of random characters that nobody asked for to be put into Smash Bros. Which really afterwards, it was kind of like that. Like, Isabelle, like, did anyone want Isabelle in Smash Bros. Or Cinnamon or Piranha Plant or Joker? Okay, they weren't really highly requested characters. I think the next highly requested character that was added was Banjo Kazooie. Okay, and Bioware was highly requested in Japan, so and Hero was highly requested in Japan. But I'm talking about like in the general American community. Then the next highly requested character was Steve, and I think it was Sora afterwards. So they did throw free bones to the Smash community for highly requested characters. Sephiroth was of course highly requested in Japan, but not really in America. Okay, as well. But still, there was no Xeno in Smash Bros. Okay, of course, I'm probably gonna light it up my mood towards Xeno being in Smash Bros. Because my RPG is getting a remake on the Switch, which again, that was the popular opinion. I think it was just the popular opinion that my RPG was never coming back. I think that was just the popular opinion. Nobody was expecting. And I was like, you know what? Fine, we'll throw you '90s kids a bone, and you can play my RPG again. Okay, and then Final Door comes out, for the Switch a year later. Okay, but yeah, that's about this video here. And I bet there's many, many more unpopular opinions I have that, maybe, as well. But yeah, that's about this video here. Goodbye.